Alright, the biggest plot twist in history has just dropped because Cheatbreaker has been released. It was becoming the new Half-Life 3, it was becoming the new Mountain Blade Bannerlord. It was just a meme, but all of a sudden it is available to the public. It's not, okay, I tell a lie, it didn't just drop, it's been out for a while now. Well, certainly at time of upload. I don't anticipate this will be uploaded until July. I'm currently recording this in the middle of June. I think it's been up for somewhere in the region of a week or two. But either way, we've got it. I'm on my old laptop here, similarly to what I did with the Badlion Client. I'm going to test it. Believe it or not, I've already tested it, and I've actually found out one or two things about my computer that I didn't previously know. I'll get onto them later this video. But first of all, let's boot up Cheatbreaker. Alright, you can't change the size of the windows, unfortunately. We could do that, I guess. But basically, this video isn't going to involve any PvP again. I should add that. I'll probably put it in the title or something. I'm just going to be testing single player. I'm going to be checking frames and how Cheatbreaker affects the performance of Minecraft on this machine. This is my old laptop that I used to record on. If you don't know, it's notoriously bad. We tested it last time with the Badlion Client, which was supposed to give an FPS boost. It didn't. I expected that, but I just thought I'd test it anyway. We're now going to test the world famous Cheatbreaker, see if that has any effect. So let's launch the game. Alright, about 11 decades later, we've finally got Cheatbreaker open. Let's just jump right into it. We're going to open the Badlion Client, or the Badlion test world that we made in the Badlion video. That should be too small, that's fine. Let's see what sort of frames we get here. Alright, here we go. It doesn't feel too bad, to be fair. Where's my FPS? Bottom left, 30 FPS. So it's basically the same as the Badlion video, if I remember rightly. I was just rendering it there. I actually recorded it a wee while ago, so it's not clear in my mind. But yeah, we seem to be getting a constant 30 FPS. Did that say 39 or 30? Anyway, this is to be expected. I fully anticipated it. I think I tested it. Oh, hi. I did test it at the weekend just before I'm recording this, and it gave these, or I anticipated it would give these sorts of results. I don't think I tested it while recording, but this is me recording, and I'm getting a solid 30 FPS, which is good, but from my knowledge of vanilla, like the way the vanilla game runs, I would be getting pretty much exactly the same if I was running the vanilla game. I'm sure we did the test last time and it showed to be ever so slightly worse than the Badlion Client, and so I think that would prove to be the same here. But there is more to the story than you might think. So as you can see, 35 FPS is pretty good for this while recording. Obviously, if I stop recording, it's going to immediately jump up, and that's fine. And voila, as you can see, I'm recording. This is my old laptop that I used to record on, and I'm getting above 60 FPS. Now obviously, yes, I'm at 2 chunk render distance. I'm recording in 480p. The quality probably isn't amazing, but the point is I'm getting good frames, which is the main thing. You do not know how much I wish I could go back and explain to my 2014 self exactly how I did this, because you do not know what I would have given to be able to record in this frame rate back then. It's just one of these things, it's one of these what ifs, but at the end of the day it's all a learning experience. You can't change the past, but it's nice to know now. Basically, I changed the windows. I'm not sure if people actually do this. Like, this might be a common thing to do with gamers, is to change the Windows experience to basic, or the Windows interface to basic. And all of a sudden, as you can see, I'm even getting 100 FPS while recording in some areas, but you know, the point is it doubles, triples, quadruples my FPS when recording. It's insane. I'm not sure if people do that generally. They just play with the Windows basic theme. I mean, I guess if you've got a really, really, really good computer, it really doesn't matter, but I do not know. Help on this would be appreciated if you know a thing or two about the Windows setting, but there you go. So that's the the crux of what I learned at the weekend. It was completely by accident. The reason I found out was because I was recording that Football Manager series, the World Cup series, and I was playing Football Manager 06 on this machine, and I found that it like the frame rate, the output frame rate in recording always went to 70 FPS, and this option came up and it was like, do you want to change your Windows interface? And I was like, yeah, sure, go on. And then it changed it to the basic setting. Unfortunately, I knew how to do this manually. I knew how to do this manually without having a message pop up, and so I was able to try that just out of the blue. I was just like, oh, I might as well try that while I'm recording Minecraft, and it seems to work, which is good. And like, not that I was recording Minecraft or I was planning to do it. It was just I was testing and I thought, oh, I'll just try it, and as you can see, it's worked very, very well. We are using Cheatbreaker at the minute. Okay, I thought we'd come and test the Badlion Client with the same settings that I was using with Cheatbreaker. As you can see, I am getting substantially less frames. I am in 1.7. I can't really... Debug options are currently disabled. Oh, okay, I must have done that in the thing, but you'll just have to take my word that I'm in 1.7. I guess the only way I can prove that is if I block it. Alright, let's just make this. And as you can see, yeah, that's a 1.7 block hitting. It's the Badlion Client. It is slightly worse frames wise than Cheatbreaker was, and I'm, as I said, using the same settings. I believe the Badlion Client has actually received an update, so it had 1.12 in the drop down menu, so I might try that. But what I want to do now is head over, like we've seen what this is all like on Cheatbreaker and the Badlion Client. I'm going to check out the vanilla game though and see how that does performance wise. Okay, so here we are back on the well, we're on the vanilla client now. As you can see by the FPS, it's better. It's substantially better than what I'm used to, but obviously it's still not as good as Cheatbreaker. It's actually better than the Badlion Client. I'm not sure if that's because I didn't have the settings properly configured. I did have to restart because, as I said, the Badlion Client went through an update, and it was like, if you want to use multiplayer, you got to restart, and it was annoying. So I thought I might as well just restart. So that might have deconfigured some of the settings, but yeah, as it stands, vanilla seems to be doing a lot better. I'm actually going to go back to the Badlion Client and test it again, but yeah, as you can see, getting up to around 60 FPS. Obviously not as good as Cheatbreaker. I was getting into the hundreds with Cheatbreaker, which is amazing, but obviously this is still better than what I was used to on this machine. Yeah, Badlion Client is pretty much the same as it was down at the 40s, the 30s. As I said, it almost seems worse, but there you go. We're on 2 chunks. Yeah, honestly, it's a very boring video. I'm just going back and forward, checking frame rate and that, but it's interesting for me, as I've done a lot of experimenting on this in the past with various programs and mods and whatnot, so it's an interesting find. This is the first time I've, in all the years I've tested this, that I've actually made some sort of meaningful inroads. I mean, heck, we even got above 100 FPS while recording, so, albeit in low quality, but, just cut me some slack for crying out loud. Right, last thing I want to do is I want to test 1.12, see what that does on the Badlion Client, because I don't think you can get any version other than 1.7.10 on Cheatbreaker, so, which is a bit of a shame, but it's understandable as to why they made that call. Alright, never mind, apparently 1.12 is still under development. We could test 1.8, but I mean 1.8 generally runs better than 1.7 in most cases of the game. So yeah, I think I will just end the episode there, or the video. Not that exciting, but pretty interesting just to come back and explore some more clients to see how they improve performance and that sort of thing. I'll probably keep them installed, and if I ever need to record then I'll use them, but that obviously depends on what it is I'm recording and the form it's taking. But it's an option nonetheless, just to have these things, and I still believe that they're both good in their own way. I know there's all this debate about Badlion Client v Cheatbreaker and all that. For me, they both do a job, and that's the main thing. But obviously we saw that frame-wise the Cheatbreaker was better in this case than the Badlion Client. That might not be the case with every machine, but with this one it is. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I will see you when I see you.